What is going on, Screen Watcher Nation? It is the Screen Watcher here, back for another review. If you saw my message yesterday, you saw that I was in the theaters for another movie for this year, and it was A Simple Favor. We've all been asked by friends for just a little simple favor. This one gets a little out of hand, but let's not get into the review. Let's jump into who is in the movie. But before we do that, I'm going to ask you, as always, to please like and subscribe to the channel because that helps me out so much. But let's get back into the review, and starting with the cast and crew. It's really just going to be the three main characters. The main characters are Anna Kendrick, who plays Stephanie Smothers. You would know her from the Pitch Perfect series, the Twilight series, and my favorite, The Last 5 Years. She really shows off, one, her acting range and her vocal range, I think the best, even though she sings a ton in Pitch Perfect and in Trolls and things like that. But the last 5 years, she really puts in a ton of emotion into her singing. So if you haven't checked it out, it is happy, sad, happy, sad, happy, sad, kind of sad. If you're not ready for that, Last 5 Years is a great movie. Then you also have Blake Lively. She plays Emily Nelson. You would know her from Age of Adeline. The Shallows, old school Gossip Girl fans would know her from that series there. And then you have Henry Golding. He played Sean Townsend, Emily's husband. And you would know him from Crazy Rich Asians, which also came out this year, and this movie. He kind of just came onto the scene. That is really all he has accredited to his name. He has 2 future projects that are coming up. So that's really the main characters. You have the 2 sons of Stephanie Smothers and Emily Nelson, who kind of get them together for play dates, and that's really when everything kind of comes together. Really what the movie's about, and you kind of see it a little bit in the trailer, is 2 moms who come together from their kids and start a friendship. And you see this Blake Lively character, Emily Nelson, who's very, very mysterious. You don't really know a lot about her. She doesn't want her picture taken. She doesn't really have a whole lot of backstory, and you don't get any backstory. And you have this kind of classroom mom, very preppy, very peppy, very excited, Anna Kendrick type character, and Stephanie Smothers, who befriends her, and just because her kids are playing together, and then they start to form a friendship. Then all of the sudden, out of nowhere, after the friendship kind of gets going together, Emily disappears out of nowhere. Not really sure where she goes. And then, you know, the husband, Sean Townsend, played by Henry Golding, is trying to all of a sudden be a single parent, isn't doing a great job of it. So Anna Kendrick starts helping out, and the police are like, okay, so now you have Anna Kendrick's character helping you out. Is this kind of a thing that's been going on? Do you guys have a thing? How well did you know your wife? Anna Kendrick didn't really know her all that well. And it's a very, very intriguing, plot-filled movie. So I'm not going to get too much into the plot because, again, the Screen Watcher does not like spoilers. That's why I don't do a lot of spoiler reviews. I may end up doing a spoiler review if you guys request it, but it depends on how many of you see the movie and ask for it in the comments down below. But the movie, I see a trend in this movie happening with a lot of movies that have happened so far this year. It seems to have multiple tones in the movie. In the beginning, you see it kind of as a friendship building, you know, kind of a threat versus happiness, kind of not like a stronger versus weaker person type of movie. Then you see it as kind of a murder mystery, what's happening. Then you see it as kind of a maybe I'm taking over this person's life kind of movie. Then you see it as kind of a comedy at times. And that sounds disjointed, but it's not. To give you another example of a movie that's done this was the new the new Jurassic World movie, where it was an escape the island kind of movie that started off as kind of a political, let's convince people to go to this island movie. Then it was, all right, we have to escape this doom exploding volcano movie. Then it kind of became like an Indiana Jones movie, got to hide and creep around kind of thing. And then it turned into a monster movie. So this is very similar to that in that way, where it changes tones throughout the entire movie, which is very, very interesting. There were a lot of things that I did not see coming, which again, for somebody who has seen as many movies as I have, I think is always very surprising, and I enjoy. I like going to see things that I do not know what's going to happen. I think Anna Kendrick played her role very well. I think Blake Lively killed it. Henry Golding, for not having any acting, I didn't know that about him. I go through just to prep for the videos and kind of get background information. He did a lot better than I thought he was going to. I didn't look into secondary and tertiary characters for this role just because the movie is so focused on these three characters that, I didn't get into the sons. I didn't get into, the police officers who are involved and all of that kind of stuff. But these three characters all played their roles masterfully, and if you can get over some of the language, some of the awkward parts of it, which there are some awkward, there's a lot of sexual talk, there's things like that get into the movie, but if you can get over that, this is a very, very good movie in my opinion, and it's one that I did not see the ending coming. So if you like not knowing where a movie's going, I would definitely suggest this. Do you have to see it in theaters? Not necessarily. I mean, it would help out the numbers in the box office and that kind of stuff, but you could always wait for seeing it on DVD or Blu-ray, again, if it's not a big difference in price when it comes out. You don't have to see it in Blu-ray because there's not a whole lot of CGI or effects or anything like that. It's really mainly just people talking and things like that nature. So I always look out for my people who are price conscious, but that's kind of my review of A Simple Favor. It's good. Do you have to see it in theaters? No. Not necessarily. I did. I enjoyed it. I think it was worth my money and time, but if you're not dying to go and see these 2 or 3 actors, maybe you can wait for it to come out. But that's my review. What did you think about it? Have you seen it? Let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, I am the Screen Watcher. As always, I hope your popcorn has been fresh. I hope you enjoyed your day at the cinema, whether it's at your home or out at your local theater. Have a great day, guys.